Welcome to the series of lecture on C programming. In today's session, we will discuss about reading a string. How can we read a string from the standard input device? How can we read a string from the standard input device, and what are the various input functions we have to read a string? Okay. So, to read, actually what is a string? String is nothing but a character array. String is nothing but a character array. A group of characters enclosed within a double quote is nothing but a string. A group of characters like char, ch of 5. Here the size of an array is 5, right? And the string what I have given is hi, hi. Okay. So, group of characters enclosed within the double quote is nothing but a string. Okay. If you enclose any character within a single quote is nothing but a simple character. If you enclose anything within a single quote is nothing but a character. If you enclose the same character within double quote, if you enclose the same character within the double quote, then it is called as a string. What is the difference between a character array and a string? A group of characters like H, E, L, L, O. This is a group of characters. Group of characters. A group of characters is nothing but a character array. Character array enclosed within the single quote, enclosed within the single quote, right? The same group of characters, here I am enclosing within HELLO. The same group of characters I am enclosing within the double quote. If I am enclosing the same group of characters within the double quote, then it is called as a string. Then it is called as a string. It is called as a string, right? Okay. So, what is the difference between these two things? What is the difference between a character array and a string? Okay. So, if you consider a group of characters enclosing within a single quote, it should not be treated as a string. You can access all these characters individually with the help of %C format specifier, with the help of %C format specifier, because a string should terminated by a null character. A string should terminated by a null character. Strings should terminate by a null character. If you given your group of characters within the double quote, then compiler will automatically concatenate this null character at the end of this string. Compiler will automatically concatenate the null character at the end of this string. Compiler will automatically concatenate this null character at the end of this string if you given your characters in between double quote. But whereas here the compiler will not concatenate any null character at the end of this group of characters. If you want to make those group of characters as a string, you have to specify the null character explicitly like this. Like this, you have to specify your null character explicitly. Then you can access this group of characters with the help of %S format specifier. With the help of %S format specifier, you can read an input string or you can display an output string. Okay. So, what is the format specifier to read a string or to display a string? %S is the format specifier for the string. %S is the format specifier for the string, whereas %C is the format specifier for character. %C is the format specifier for character. And in our today's session, let us see how can we read a string from various input functions. C language provides us various input functions. Let us see what are those. By using scanf function. You are all familiar with a scanf function. Scanf function is used to read an input, to read a formatted data, to read a formatted data. Here F indicates that format. Scanf is used. Scan means reading. Scan means reading. What type of data you are going to read? Formatted data. Formatted data. Okay, so scanf is used to read a formatted data. Like here, what type of format we are going to read? String format data. You are going to read string format data with the help of percentage yes. With the help of percentage yes, you can read a string data. And also we have a getChar function. Okay, you may ask a question. The name itself, it is telling that getChar, get a character from the input device. Get a character from the input device. But we are discussing this function is used to read a string. We are discussing that the function is used to read a string. That means a group of characters using this getChar function recursively. Using this getChar function recursively, then we can get a string. That means H, one character, E, L, L, O. So group of characters, is it a string or not? Is it a string or not? Yes, it is a string. So you can read a get, by using getChar, you can read H, E, L, L and O. Okay, recursively if you use this getChar function to read all these characters, then it is nothing but a string. Then it is nothing but a string. So by using getChar function recursively, you can read a string. You can read a string. And one more function we have is getS function. GetS. GetS. S stands for string. S stands for string. Get a string from the input. Get a string from the input device. Get a string from the input device. Okay. GetS is used to read a line of message. GetS is used to read a line of message. It is used to read a line of message. The difference between getS and scanf is scanf can able to read a single word until it receives a white space. Scanf can read a word until it receives a white space. Like for example, if our input is hello Vignan. Hello Vignan. So in this line of message, how many words we have? 2 words. Scanf is able to read only one word until it receives white space. That means it can able to read up to hello. It can able to read up to hello. Until a white space is encountered, scanf is not able to read the rest of the characters. But getS can read the entire line of message. getS can read an entire line of input. Okay, this is the difference between scanf and getS. And we have one more function which is called fgetS. fgetS, it is used to read an input from the specified input stream. getS is used to read a string. getS is used to read a string. fgetS is used to read a string from the specified stream, specified input output stream. Like we have IO streams. We have IO streams. Okay. So if you want to read your input from files, you need to specify the location. Or if you want to read your input from standard input device, like from keyboard you have to read, you can specify that location. From which location you want to get your input. From which location you need to get your input. That location you have to specify with the help of fgetS. Both getS and fgetS will perform similarly. But only thing is fgetS can able to read input from a standard input device as well as it can able to read input from file. But getS can able to read only its input from standard input device. Let us see all these things one by one. First we will start with scanf function. Okay. So how can we use this scanf function? A scanf function is used to read a string with the help of %s format specifier. With the help of %s format specifier. So %s reads all the characters up to white space. What we discussed? %s will reads all the characters up to white space. Whenever a white space is encountered, a scanf function will not read the rest of the characters. Okay, let us see an example. In this program, I declared a character type array, char, name, and the size of this array is 20. That means 20 bytes are allocated for this name. And in the printf function, I'm prompting the user. I'm trying to prompt the user, enter your name. Now I need to read the name of a user with the help of scanf function. Name means it is a single character or a group of characters. Yes, name means it is a group of characters. Okay, group of characters means it is a string. If you enclose group of characters within the double quote means it is a string. So here what is the format specifier I am using? %s. %s is used to read a string. Right? Scanf, %s, and where you are going to read the name. Name is a character array. And while reading a string, remember one important point. Usually if you want to read any input, you have to specify the address of the variable. While reading any input, you have to specify the address of a variable. Like see here, I want to read an integer, int I. Scanf %d %i. If you want to read any variable, if you want to read a value for any variable, you have to specify the address of that variable, because that value we have to place into that particular address location. Okay. But coming to strings, nothing but a character array. String is nothing but a character array. When we discussing that arrays concept, we discussed it that the array name itself holds the base address. The array name. Here what is the array name? It is nothing but, identifier is nothing but name. Name itself holds the base address. See here. Name. 20 bytes are allocated for this name. 0, 1, 2, up to 19. 20 bytes are allocated for this name. The base address maybe starts with 2000. Let us assume the base address of name is 2000, 2001, 2002, so on 2019. Okay. So now here I want to read the content for a name. I want to read a string. Okay. My string is Vignan. The input I am providing is Vignan. So those characters will be stored like this: VIGNAN. VIGNAN. And the last null character will be concatenated. Name. Addresses are 2000, 2001, 2002, so on 2019. What is our string? Vignan. VIGNAN. In which format we are reading? As a character or as a string we are reading? Yes, as a string we are reading. So automatically at the end of these characters, a null character will be concatenated. Right? So Name points to this base address. Name points to this base address 2000. Name is holding the value 2000. Name is holding the value 2000. So you no need to give ampersand symbol again here. You no need to give ampersand symbol again here. So while reading a string, you no need to specify the address of the variable. While reading a string, you no need to specify the address of a variable. See here, scanf percentage s name. Your name is percentage s. Your name is percentage s. What is the input here I am providing? Vignan. What is the input here I am providing? Vignan. That Vignan will be stored in this way, like this. Vignan, and also at the end of this group of characters, compiler will automatically concatenate a null character. Okay, copy this example. So here what I have taken, enter your name, Vignan. Your name is Vignan. I am taking one more out input. Enter your name, Vignan University. What is the input here I am providing? Vignan University. But what is the output here I am getting? Only Vignan. Your name is Vignan. Why? I did not get Vignan University. What is the input I have provided? Vignan University. But in the output what I get? Only Vignan. Why? What is the problem? What is the input function here I am using? The input function here I am using is scanf. What is the restriction we have with the scanf function? A scanf function can read an input until a white space is encountered. A scanf function can read its input until a white space is encountered. Until a white space is encountered. So if you observe this input, Vignan, white space, university. So what happens? Percentage yes, scanf will read until Vignan. Whenever a white space is occurred, it should not bother about that remaining input. Just it will take up to n and it will print, that's it. And it will print up to Vignan. So this is the restriction, this is the limitation we have with scanf function. Okay. So this is about scanf. And we will we will restrict with a number of characters also. See here, the same example we are discussing. Like if you work with a floating point numbers, by default, how many digits you have after decimal point? By default, it is 6 digits. Similarly, here also, even though I have assigned memory for 20 bytes, okay, but I want to read only 3 characters. From the given string. I want to read only 3 characters from the given string. So I can restrict the user. How can I restrict? Not the user. Hello user, you should enter only 3 characters in your input. Or hello, please enter 3 characters. Like this, we should not restrict the user. We should restrict that process in the program itself. %.3s. It is used to read only 3 characters from the given string. See here, what is the input here I am providing? R-A-M-E-S-H, Ramesh. But what is the output here I am displaying? RAM. How many characters? 3 characters. Because how many characters we are restricting in the function, in our program? %.3s. That means it can able to read only 3 characters. Right? So by this %.number will restrict number of characters in your given input. Right? Like one more example, %.5s. My input is same. So 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here out of this input, what I will get? RAMES. RAMES. And you should not bother about null character. Null character will automatically terminated at the end of the string. It will be automatically concatenated at the end of your input. At the end of your input. Right? Next, search set. Okay, with the help of search set in scanf function, we can add some more restrictions to our input. We can add some more restrictions for our input with the help of this search set. A search set is a set of possible characters that can make up the string. A search set is having a set of possible characters. So, for example, if you want to read any information from the user, like if you want to create any project, okay, in that project front page, you need to create a registration form. Okay, in that registration form, you may provide some restrictions like you need to enter only digits or you need to enter a message in between only these characters. Like you want to restrict for a particular information, then those things will be performed with the help of this search set. Those things will be performed with the help of search set. Okay. So, a possible set of characters, what are the possible set of characters you want to read from the user? What are the possible set of characters you want to read from the user? Those characters should be enclosed within the square brackets. Those characters should be enclosed within the square brackets. So, the user should enter his input in between those characters only. The user is allowed to enter his input in between those characters only. Even if he is trying to enter other than these characters, even if the user is trying to enter other than these characters, the input will not consider. The input will not considered. Let us see an example. A character array, name, enter your name. So here what is my search set? What is my search set? A, B, C, D. What is my search set? Percentage A, B, C, D. Percentage A, B, C, D. Normally if I want to read a string, what I should give? Percentage S. S means a string that may be from A to Z or small a to Z, capital A to capital Z or whatever it may be, any special symbols. All the symbols available in our program. Okay. So, percentage S means any symbol. Okay. But here in this search set, what we are providing? A, B, C, D. That means your input should consist only group of letters having A, B, C and D. Other than these characters, if you are trying to provide any input, those will not consider. Those will not consider. See here. So, percentage within the square brackets A, B, C, D, and you are going to read your name and you are displaying the same input as an output. See here, what is the message? Here I am taking, what is the input? Here I am taking Catherine. C-A-T-H-A-R-E-E-N. C-A-T-H-A-R-E-E-N. Okay. But what is our search set consists? A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. So, yes, it is in our group of characters C. A is also in our group of characters. But T, is T available in our group of characters? Is T available in our group of characters? No, it is not available in our group of characters. Whenever a new character is encountered, what happens? Scanf will stop reading. Scanf will immediately stop reading the input. Scanf will immediately stop reading the input. See, C and A will be displayed only. The rest of the thing is not displaying. You may ask the question, after T and H, again I have A. Then why it is not reading A? What should I just explain? Whenever scanf encountered or whenever scanf reads a special character other than these four, immediately it stops reading. Immediately it stops reading. So that's why our input is only C and A. C and A. And one more example here. Krishna. Krishna. So what is our first character itself? K. Is K available in your search set? Is K available in your search set? No. So what scanf will do? It won't read anything. It won't read anything. Then what about this? It is a garbage value. It is a garbage value. Okay, you are not reading any inputs, but you are trying to print that variable. You are trying to print that variable. So what happened? It has some garbage value. That garbage value will be displayed. That garbage value will be displayed. Right? So this is the use of search set. This is the use of search set. Okay. And one more example here we are taking is, you can observe here, I am using a cap symbol. You may know about that cap symbol. What is the purpose of cap symbol? We discussed in operators. Cap symbol is nothing but complement. Cap symbol is nothing but complement. That means, in our previous example, percentage within the square brackets A, B, C, D. That means your input should consist in between A, B, C and D. Your input should consist in between A, B, C and D. But here what I am using? Percentage, cap, A, B, C, D. That means what? What is the difference between the first one and the second one? First one indicates that except A, B, C, D, we should not read anything. Except A, B, C, D, we should not read anything. But what about second one? Except A, B, C, D, we can read all the remaining characters. Except A, B, C, D, we can read all the remaining characters. All the remaining characters means it may include white space also. It may include white space also. So what is the problem we have with the scanf function? It can read only characters. Whenever it encounters a white space, whenever it reads a white space, it stops reading. It stops the reading process. You can overcome that problem with the help of this inverted search set. You call this as inverted search set. Inverted search set. So with the help of this inverted search set, you can read a line of message except A, B, C, D. Except A, B, C, D, you can read any other symbols. Okay, let us see an example. Here, what is the input I am providing? Neha, N-E-H-A. N, it is other than A, B, C, D. E, other than A, B, C, D. H, other than A, B, C, D. Last one is A. It is in the, A is one of the character in our given search set, given inverted search set. A is one of the character in the given inverted search set. So, our input is NEH only. Whenever A is encountered, it stops reading. NEH, up to NEH, it will read. And we will see one more example. Like what we discussed just now, if you want to read a line of message, how can you read? See here. Except new line. Except new line. In our previous example, what we did? Except A, B, C, D, you can read any character. Except A, B, C, D, you can read any character, right? But generally, if you observe a general process, except A, B, C, D means we should not read our input properly. That's why if you want to read a line of message, you can give except new line. Except new line like percentage, cap symbol, new line. New line will be displayed, will be represented by \n. Except new line, you can read any character, that may be A, B, C, D or white space, any special symbols. Except new line, you can read any character as an input. So see the example. So enter a line of text. Here what is the input I am passing? Hello everyone, welcome to Vignan University. Hello everyone, welcome to Vignan University. So what is the output I am getting? Same output. Hello everyone, welcome to Vignan University. Normally, is it possible to read a line of message using scanf function? Normally, it is not possible. Scanf will read a word until a white space is occurred. Until a white space is occurred, it can read a word. But with the help of this inverted search set, you can read a line of message until a new line. Until a new line is reaches. Until a new line is entered. Okay. So, this is a very important example in strings. Inverted search set. And the next input function we have is getChar. With the help of this getChar, you can read a single character from the keyboard. It is used to read a single character from the keyboard. Okay. So, what is the syntax? GetChar of void. GetChar of void. Okay. And it is available in the stdio.h header file. So, this is the predefined header file, standard input output header file. So, getChar is available in stdio.h. GetChar function can be called repeatedly to read a string. What we discussed in our starting of this concept. getChar, with the help of getChar, you can read a string. How can you read a string? By recursively calling that getChar function. If you repeatedly call this getChar function, you can read a string. Okay, like if you want to read H, E, L, L, O, you can read all these characters with the help of getChar only. But repeatedly you have to call. Okay, we will see this getChar with an example. Just I am declaring a character variable and one more character array and location. Okay, that means location is used to identify the index of your character array. Because here I am not reading my string as a double code. Here I am not reading as a double code string. Here I am reading string as a characters. Here in this example I am reading my string as an individual character. I am reading my string as an individual character. That's why I need to read my values one by one. Like for example, if it is an integer array, how you are reading an integer array? With the help of index, you are going to read an integer array. By using for loop or while loop, you are going to read your integer array one by one. Like see here, for I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, okay, scanf, %d, ampersand, a of I, ampersand, a of I. Like that, you can read your integer array. Here a is an integer, int a of 10, here n equals to 10, it is nothing but. Like the same process here you have to apply. Okay. So, ch equals to, what is ch? Ch is nothing but a character. It can able to hold a single character. Ch equals to getChar. Ch equals to getChar. Okay. You are getting your character. You are reading your character from the input device and placing the same character in ch. Next, you are entering into the while loop. Line of LOC plus plus. Line of LOC plus plus equals to ch. This is post increment. Okay. So, here this is line array. So, first ch equals to hello. That h is passed here. LOC is initially 0. LOC plus plus means first you can place your value and then increment. So, h you are placing here. Line of LOC plus plus equals to ch. That h you are passing here, and the next line of LOC plus plus equals to ch, and again you are going back to same while loop. You are going back to same while loop, and next you are reading e. That e you are placing into line of LOC plus plus. Now it is 1 0 1 2 L O, and I am pressing an enter key. I am pressing an enter key. That means it is reaches to \n. It is reaches to \n. Next, After completion of this while loop, you are going back to line of LOC. That means now you are at position 5. Now you are at position 5. So in this fifth location, you are externally concatenating this null character. You are explicitly concatenating this null character because you are not reading your string as a double quote. You are reading your string as a single quote. If you read your string as a single quote, you have to concatenate this null character. You have to concatenate this null character. See the output. Same thing here also. Hello everyone. Welcome to Vignan University. Until new line, you can read your input and the same output you are displaying. This is about getChar. GetS function. It accepts a string from the user at runtime. It accepts a string from the user at runtime. So the syntax is character array, getS of character array, or else you can use getS of character array name, just a variable, getS of variable. Okay, so it accepts a character array as an argument. It reads characters from the keyboard until a new line is encountered. GetS is used to read a group of characters until a new line is encountered. So unlike scanf function, getS function reads the entire line of text message until a new line is encountered, what we discussed. It is mostly used for reading multiple words. GetS function is mostly used for reading multiple words. Okay, let us see with an example. Char string str of 50. The size of str is 50. Please enter your text. See here, getS of str. Just you are reading your input. Here, read. It is reading a line of text. And you are printing your message. See, please enter your text. Learn C programming. The output is learn C programming. Okay, this is the usage of getS function. And last one, fgetS. fgetS is also used to read a line of message. Including spaces, we can use either getS or fgetS. To read any message, including spaces, we can use either getS or fgetS in C programming. fgetS reads a line of input from the specified stream. From the input-output stream or file stream. Okay, it stops whenever it reads n-1 characters. It will stop whenever it reads n-1 characters. Okay, like getS, it can read a line of message. It will stop whenever a new line is encountered. But whereas fgetS, it will read all the characters until it reaches n-1. That means here in fgetS, you have to specify the number of characters you are going to read. In fgetS function, you have to specify how many characters you are going to read as an input. That also you have to specify. Okay, see an example. Here I am declaring a constant max 15. So a character variable buffer, buf of max. So fgetS of, what is our input variable? Buffer. How many characters you are going to read? Max. From which stream you are going to read? Standard input stream or file stream? That you have to specify. The syntax is fgetS of variable, number of characters, comma, stream. This is the syntax for fgetS. This is the syntax for fgetS. You have to specify this syntax. In which variable you are going to read your input. In which variable you are going to read input. How many characters you are going to read. How many characters you are going to read. And from which stream you are going to read. Input stream or file stream. You are going to read your input from input output stream or a file stream, that you have to specify. See here, this is my variable buf and these are the number of characters max, and stdion is the standard input output stream. Okay, and I am printing my string as usually. So in the next class we will discuss about displaying strings on the standard output device. As of now, we discussed about how can we read string from the standard input device and what are the various functions we have to read string from the standard input device. So in this session we discussed about 4 different functions which are used to read a string. First one is scanf, second one getchar, third one is getS, and fourth one is fgetS. With the help of these 4 functions, we can read a string from the input device. We can read a string from the input device. Therefore, these 4 functions explains us how we can read input from standard input device. And we already observed the differences between scanf, getchar, getS and fgetS, and what are the limitations we have in scanf function and what are those limitations we can overcome with the help of getS. All the things we discussed with the help of these 4 functions. And in the next class we will discuss how can we print our input string on our standard output device. What are the functions we have to display our string in C programming. We will discuss all those things in our next session. Thank you.